3rd of July, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, we are up to a bit of a new point over here. Omar Rava. What happened over here? Gozal, he stole it, beheshbiach. And then he caused it to become more valuable, that which he stole. So where can we find this? This is found after the 2 dots, 2 lines from the spread. First 2 words in the line are Ella Mizeh. That was, then we have the 2 dots, and then we have the new section, Amar Rava. That's where we're starting off today. Amar Rava.
96A1, right-hand column, last paragraph.
Okay, so we call upon Roy to start off today. Please.
Right. Omar Rav Papa said.
Rava.
96 what?
A1.
96A1. Oh, I thought we were over the page here. Omar Rava said, this thing, you need to help me out. Gozo v'hishbiach u'macha. If one stole an article and improved it and then sold it. The gazelle, the hishbiach, the harish, or if he stole it and improved it, and then he died and bequeathed it to his heirs. Ma shehishbiach macha. What he improved and acquired, he has sold. Ma shehishbiach harish. And what he improved and acquired, he has bequeathed to his heirs.
Okay, so doesn't look like we have any. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we have a Rashi, the second line. Mashe eshbiach mochar.
Masha Shbiach Machar. That which he has improved, he has sold. Vishakil Lokeach Mechatzi O Shalish O Rvia V'chein Yo Reish I Nami Kule Shevacha Ke Mis Nisin Kemas Nisin Mipnei Tiknas Ha Shavim Kida Maran La'ayil Beshim Asa Kamaisa. Okay, so what is Shakil?
That he takes.
He takes the lokeach, the purchaser takes from half or a third or a fourth. And so the heirs.
Right.
Therefore, all of the improvement, Kamas Nisan. What's Kamas Nisan?
Like the Mishnah.
Like the Mishnah, because of the acquisition of the value.
Because of the takana, for the benefit of the shavim, the ordinance for the benefit of those who are seeking to do tshuva.
Oh, tshuva. Kedamrinan, that they said la'el above, but the Shimas Kamaisa. Kamaisa is the action.
Kamaisa is the first one.
First one.
And
what is Bashimas?
Shmaisa. Shmaisa is the first discussion of the halachic of the halacha on this issue. First time we discussed it. And the first halacha, literally. And
right.
If you take a look, there's a citation to this Shmaisa Kamaisa in your Masoras Hashas, the fifth entry over there, sends you to 94b. This is where this matter is spoken about, what Rashi is referring to over here. So Rashi's referring us to over there, to remember what we learned over there, to be able to understand what he's telling us over here. And so really what we have over here in this Rashi is, first of all, let's explain what it is that Rav is saying before we get to the Rashi. What is Rav saying? Rav is talking about the following case. Somebody who guzzled something, Beshbiach, and then he, with his efforts, caused the item that he stole to appreciate in value. And then after that, Mochar, he sold it to a purchaser. So, and the same is true if he bequeathed it to his heirs. Rebbe says, "Mashesh biach mochar, mashesh biach horesh." The not only the stolen amount, well, maybe he shouldn't say that. The amount that he improved it. I mean, Rav is not talking about the actual value of the stolen item itself. He's totally focusing on the amount, the appreciated value of the item that he stole. What's the status of the appreciated value of the item that he stole? To whom does it belong? And Rav is saying that appreciated value that the Goslin put into this article that he stole is sold. It's sold to the It's sold to the lokeach. It's sold to the purchaser. It's bequeathed to the heir, meaning that shevach, the purchaser, the heir has acquired. He doesn't need to give that back to the person that the Goslin stole the item from initially. And so what Rashi is doing over here, he has two different lashonos. He has two different interpretations of what Rava is saying. The first, according to the first interpretation, because why I say there are two different interpretations, because the second part Rashi says inami. And inami always means an alternative pshat. So the first, and what's the difference between the first and the second pshat? The first pshat is, Rashi says, the shokel lokeach mechso shlish or revia. That what Rava means to say when the shevach has been sold, he means to say that the purchaser will take his appropriate share, not the whole thing, but his appropriate share in the appreciated value of the stolen article, whether it be a half or a third or a quarter, that percentage. This is based upon the statement of who was that? It was Reb Shimon Bar Yochai that we had on 95b. And then Rashi says inami. Alternatively, we could say that what Rava means when he says that the purchaser or the heir there's been a sale to him, there's been an inheritance to him, meaning that he keeps it. What does he keep? Says Rashi, Kulei Shivcha, the entire appreciated value of the stolen article. He keeps it. He doesn't have to give it back. No part of it. The whole 100% of the shevach, the appreciated value, the stolen item, is the purchaser acquires it. And that Rashi says is due to the Tekanos Hashavim, to encourage the repenters to repent, like we said in Shmaisa Kamaisa on 94b. Okay. Okay, so that was that's the first statement over here for today. Omar Rava. Now we go to Boy Rava. Now Rava's got a question. He poses a question over here. So we go to Alan. Please. Boy Rava, it's on the first wide line on 96A.
It's 96A2, very top.
Alan, would you like to read for us?
If you're reading, we can't hear you. But you're not muted. Can you say something? Are you talking? Well, we can't hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so 96A2, which paragraph?
Very top. Rava inquired.
All right, Rava inquired if an idolater improved the stolen article, mahu, what is the law? Seemingly, Rava is inquiring whether an idolater who stole an item and improved it acquires the improvements or a share thereof. The Gemara thus takes issue with Rava's inquiry. Omar le Rav Chas di
I don't know where you're reading.
What's going on?
What's that?
I'm not following where you're reading. Are you on 96A2?
Yeah, left side, right?
The left-hand side, the very top.
Very top. Robert inquired.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert inquired. His lokeach mahu. If he sold the stolen article and the buyer improved it, what is the law? Robert resolves his inquiry. Sarb to ba your Chayar Pashtor. After Robert posed his query, he himself resolved it. Rishon Shani. What did the first one, the robber, sell to the second one, the buyer? Call the Hus, to the any right that might come to his hand. That is, the buyer acquires any rights that the robber had in the stolen property. Robber inquires further. Robert inquired. Hishbi obeyed Chovim. If an idolater improved stolen article, what is the law? Seemingly, Rob is inquiring whether an idolater who stole an item and improved it acquires the improvements or a share thereof. Gemora thus takes issue with Rob's inquiry. Or Marle Rob Achas Mida Prati Rob Acha 50 said to Ravina, Kanator Lover, Lovade, Kovim, Neku, Bode. What kind of inquiry is this? Shall we stand up and issue an enactment for the benefit of a idolater who steals? Certainly not. Should keep going?
Yeah, let's do do we have a Rashi over here? Yeah, let's do Rashi kol schus shetavo liodoi.
All of the merit that comes to his hand. V'chi kachi Gazlan Hashevach who Shakil Mechetzi O Shlish O Ravia Hechanami he השבח לוקח שקיל מחצי או שליש או רביע, והליבה, the Rabbi Shimon, I guess.
Right, Aliba the Reb Shimon.
So we're talking about what the thief has a right to. That the thief, if he improved it, he takes half or a third or a quarter. Hechanami means nevertheless.
Achinami,
Hachinami.
as also likewise, also likewise, meaning yeah,
So
in
what's
regard
it-
to the in regard to the case of the lokeach.
with the improvement made by the purchaser. He takes half or a third or a quarter. What is the aliba de Rabbi Shimon?
Aliba means according to the view of Reb Shimon, that he doesn't take the full amount. He only takes the half of the third of the quarter.
So Rashi is just clarifying when it says Kol zechus tavo liado, he's qualifying that as meaning a third or a quarter or half of the value of the improvement.
Yeah. So in other words, what we have so far is that Rava said, first Rava said that in regard to a Goslin himself, he said a statement. He didn't ask a question about it. He said in regard to a Goslin himself who makes improvements on the article that he stole, so that stolen value in the article is sold to the purchaser. The purchaser makes an acquisition in that stolen value. Now, the next thing that happened over here was boy Rava. Rava had a question. He wasn't sure about this case, so he says, boy Rava. He had a question about the following case. What happens if the Goslin sells the stolen article to a lokeach? Up until now, there hasn't been any increased appreciated value of the article. And then after the lokeach has purchased this stolen article, he now does, he improves the value of the article to cause it to appreciate in value. The lokeach himself. On this, Rava says, Mahu, what's the din in this case? He's not sure. He has some reason to be in doubt about what the question, what the din is in this case. He didn't have any question about the first case, if the Goslin does it himself, but he had a question about this case. And without going into what his question was, the Gemora just tells us that after he posed the question, he answered the question himself, and he said, Masha Macha Rishon L'Sheni Kol Schuso Sh'Tovol Yodo. Look, when we have the first person, that which he sold to the second person. The second person he acquired everything that he was able to acquire from the first person. Everything that the first person had, in other words, he's able to acquire it. So therefore, what does that mean? What does that mean in this case? Rashi explains that what that means in this case is that just like we say, kihechi, just like we say that a gazlan, in regard to a gazlan, meshbiach, if he caused the property that he stole to appreciate, habishokul, he would take for himself to acquire maxa shlish ravia hachinami. Likewise, also kieshbach lokeach. So too, if the lokeach does that improvement, shokil, he will also take. He will take his fraction. V'liba Reb Shimon, and that goes according to Reb Shimon, who says that he only gets a fraction of the shevach, as opposed to what Rashi said above, that according to Shmaisa Kamaisa, he would get the one that he would get the whole thing, the whole amount of the shevach. Okay, so that's what we got so far, and then Alan read this question that Rava posed another question. What happens if a non-Jew does the appreciation? Meaning that what? Meaning that he was the thief. Sounds like he was the thief, and we're just saying the difference would be the whole question over here is what happens if he's not a Jew? If he's not a Jew and he does this appreciation over here, what's the din over there? In other words, are we also going to give him the benefit of acquiring the appreciated value of the article that he stole? So on that, Rav Aka Midifti said to Ravina, what are you talking about? The only reason that we did this, like Rashi explained, was because of Tekanas Hashavim, for the sake of the Gazlan to do tshuva. So we give him a break. And so that to allow him to do tshuva. But for Ovid Kochavim, we're going to give him a break at the expense of the one that he stole it from. That's not reasonable to assume that that's what we would have done. We would rather have honored the interests of the Jew that he stole it from. Not worried about the tshuva of the Ovid Kochavim. So that was the question that Rav Aka Midifti posed. Like he's saying, Rava, what's your question? Why do you have a question about this? Certainly, we're not going to extend this benefit to a thief who is not a Jew. And on that, Ravina answered him, and we go back to who wants to continue the reading? Was Alan in the middle of the reading? You want to continue, Alan?
Sure.
Amalei.
Okay, hold on. Amalei. Ravina said to Rav Acha of Difti, Lo Tsuri Kor Kagon Dobanei Yish or El. There's no difficulty. It's necessary for Rava to inquire in a case where the idolater stole it and then sold it to a Jew who improved it. The Gemara rejects this explanation as well. So the final analysis, Habor Macha Mace Obeyed Kochavim Hare who Obeyed Kovorbim. If a Jew who comes on the basis of an idolater is on the same footing as the idolater. Thus, it's obvious that just as the rabbis did not make an enactment on behalf of the idolatrous robber that he should acquire improvements, so too the Jew who bought the stolen article from him does not acquire the improvements either. What then is Robert's inquiry?
Oh, okay. So what's happened over here is that the Gemora is jumping in over here and disapproving of Ravina's answer to Rav Acha Midifti. It doesn't make any sense, says the Gemara, that this Jew would be in any better position than the non-Jew was if he bought it from the non-Jew, so that he'll get exactly the treatment that the non-Jew got. Meaning, we just like we didn't make our takana for this non-Jew, so this Yisrael can't benefit at this point either. So it'll be clear that he won't be in the same position as a purchaser from a Jewish Goslin. That's what he says. But now the Gemara says no, lo tzricha, and we go to Roy to read the rest. Lo tzricha kagon de Gozal Yisrael the Zabna Nahale.
Look, is it on top right hand corner? Top right hand, is it?
Yes, top right of 96A2.
Yeah. Lo tzricha right. Lo tzricha begun the Gazal Yisrael v'zibnei Nahalia v'hashbicha avad b'chovim. There is no difficulty. It is necessary for Rava to inquire in a case where a Jew stole it and sold it to the idolater, and the idolater improved it. The Hadar Avad Kofosim V'Zibno L'Yisrael, and the idolater in turn sold it to a Jew. What is the law? May Amarinan Kivan de Ma'akara Yisrael V'Hada Yisrael. Do we say that since originally it was stolen by a Jew, and the end is again in the possession of a Jew, of day Devanan Takana so. The rabbis applied the enactment, or Dilema beyavon de avba avad kechavim beimatza lo avado le debonon takante. Or perhaps since there is an idolater in the middle who improved it, the rabbis did not apply the enactment to him. Takon, that the inquiry stands unresolved.
Teku.
Teko, the inquiry stands unresolved. What?
Okay. Okay, very good. Yeah, any questions about this?
Yeah, could you review the Chetzi, Shlishi, Revi'i? I'm not clear on what the case is there.
Yeah, who gets what, when, who gets how much?
Okay. This was the view of Reb Shimon. That we saw. Where did we see that?
Right back, isn't it?
Okay, just a moment. Okay,
There's something on 95B2 on the left-hand column, but I don't think that's that's not the first mention of it.
yeah, Amar Rav Ashi ki Havinan Bei Rav Kahana Iboylan Reb Shimon de Amar Maxa Shlish Ravia Hu de Shokil Gazlan. Yeah, right. Well, the question is where the first time was that Rav Shimon said that. Yeah, I think the first time that this was said, I already see it twice quoted that he says these fractions over here. Okay, so let's just yeah, I think those are the two places that it says. Rav Papa said that Kuli Alma. This is on 95B. It's about 20 lines down from the top of the page. The first word in the line is Sabar. And at the last words of the line, Rav Papa Amar the Kuli Alma. Shebak shal gabe gezela the Gazlan habe. If the shebak is still on the stolen article, the improved value is still part and parcel of the stolen article. The wool on the sheep or the unborn fetus in the mother, it's still part of the stolen article. it belongs to the Goslin. And both Tanoim, Reb Shimon and Reb Yehuda agree to that. But the machlokes is how much of this shevach does he actually acquire? According to Reb Yehuda, Savar shevach shal gabi gazela kule the Goslin havi. The shevach belongs 100% to the Goslin. Reb Shimon Savar lemexico Goslin. Here's the more quoted that Reb Shimon says when the Goslin acquires the shevach over here, he doesn't receive the whole amount of the shevach. He only receives a fraction of it. Now, you want to know why it is that he only receives a fraction of it if he acquired all of it? That's really the question. Rashi says on Dibur Maskal Mechsa Shlish, Rashi says Kederach Minag Hamadina Lamakable Behemos Lashbichon Lizman Godel Kazeh. We treat this Goslin who has acquired the improved value of the article that he stole. We treat him like like someone who wasn't the Goslin, but who was simply given the animal to watch or to take care of, and to increase its value. So that was his job, to increase the value, and he's the owner of the animal, and the one that he hired to fatten the animal up and make the animal more valuable. They split the profits according to the custom that there is in that area, whether it's to split it half and half, whether to split it 2/3 and 1/3, or 3/4 and 1/4, but they split it. So that's the way Rashi explains this fraction over here.
1231.
1231, okay. So to be continued. Bez Hashem, everybody have a good week.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning we'll continue with this discussion. And have a great day.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
you
month.
too.
Have a good month, and I don't know, it's July 4th tomorrow, right?
Oh, so what does that mean?
What's
Because a lot
tomorrow?
of places are closed tomorrow in America. All the banks and everything else are probably shut.
Oh,
Doesn't affect us here, though.
Baruch Hashem. We're unaffected.
All right.
It's tomorrow, the 4th of July.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, tomorrow is the 4th of the English month of July, yes.
Okay. Be well, everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good
Okay,
day.
all the best.